She was the first person who'd spoken to him in 2 years. If not for his conversations with Beatrice and the rest of the animals that called Devil's Domain home, he would have forgotten how to string words together. That being said, her smile still managed to make his speech stumble. She was the most beautiful girl he'd ever seen in his life, so much so that now he was following her to wherever she was taking him. She'd mentioned something about a tent, but not much else, except, of course, her name. Rosie. Rosie Zazel. She'd wrapped him up in her ribbon, spoke to him in near-perfect Spanish, somehow, and told him he could trust her. She promised he could trust her. And he believed her. He knew he shouldn't. He shouldn't trust anybody, and nobody should trust him. He should have told her to go back to heaven and tell whatever God there was that he'd suffered enough. He'd been through enough. He'd tried and he'd failed, and this devil's domain, a place the people told stories about, a place he'd been forced to hide in, was his own personal hell. Most of Laredo had forgotten, but he hadn't. He could never forget it. That long Laredo night. That night that lasted days. That night that changed him forever. That night that taught him he could never be happy. Never again. He'd done enough. He should have told her that. But he didn't. For some reason, he couldn't. He couldn't push her away, and he hated that he couldn't. For a reason the former doctor failed to understand, this woman, this angel, didn't see him as the Laredo Devil. She didn't see him as a monster to be hunted. She didn't see him as some creature from hell. Instead, she saw Ray. She saw Ramon Cielo Oscuro, a man who, in Ray's own mind, had died 2 years prior. She saw him, behind the fangs and the fur and the wings and the blood-red eyes. She saw the man Ray couldn't see in himself anymore. She made him feel seen, like somebody actually cared about him again, and as much as he wanted to brush that off and act like it didn't matter, it did. It really did. So he was following her. He was following her towards this tent, towards this life, towards her life, a life he'd probably end up ruining. He didn't want to. He'd try his hardest not to, but he knew, at the end of it all, he would. One way or another, Ray would find a way to ruin everything. All over again.